It began on a shooting star. Okay, it was the shooting star, the yearbook of St. John's High School in Little Chute, Wisconsin. Steve was graduating in 1966, and he was told to find a successor as photographer for the yearbook. Mike was recruited, and the two spent the school year together. During that year, they produced a movie as a fundraiser for the yearbook. The spy thriller, A Game of Tag, began with a parade down Little Chute's main street with the school's English teacher featured as one of the stars. Appleton and Milwaukee newspapers took note of their early film efforts. They teamed up to become freelance stringers for WLUK in Green Bay, shooting barn fires and car crashes. This film is from one of their first efforts. Steve was the photographer while Mike took notes from an officer on the scene. Praise to thee, our alma mater. Their freelance business expanded to become Capital Communications as they both attended the University of Wisconsin in Madison in the late 1960s.
The time to act is now if they cast their votes clearly and decisively against the war in Vietnam.
There was no scarcity of news to cover. A combination of anti-war campus protests, state politics, and university sports provided enough material for their business to thrive, shipping stories to WITI-TV in Milwaukee and WFRV-TV in Green Bay.
The conventions will also provide a forum for Governor Lucey and Attorney General Warren to deliver major party speeches. Steve Koehn, Channel 5 Eyewitness News, Madison.
Capital Communications financed their UW college educations as they both earned journalism degrees. During that time, they won numerous awards. One of the first was from the Wisconsin Press Photographers Association, and appropriately, it was in the team category for a story at Elkhart Lake. Steve and Mike covered 3 governors, including Patrick Lucey, which included a 1972 trip to the Apostle Islands, where the governors of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota discussed the future of the islands. Steve and Mike eventually began part-time work at WISC-TV in Madison, shooting stories with their own CP16 camera, a first in the Madison market. By 1974, they became full-time members of the WISC-TV staff. Mike was soon named chief photographer, and Steve, currently news manager and producer, started as Capitol reporter.
One of those options is independent candidate John Anderson, and Lucey says that's a real possibility. He plans to meet with Anderson soon to discuss just such an endorsement. Steve Koehn, News 3, New York.
They introduced the concept of B-roll into the market.
Really fun. It reminds of the stuff dreams are made of. It's fun.
And Mike played an instrumental role in bringing cameras into Wisconsin courtrooms, demonstrating to the justices that he could change the film in a camera without disrupting the court. The two won a national first place Spot News Award from the Radio Television News Directors Association for their team coverage of demonstrators breaking down the doors to a university regents meeting.
Paid off, the door came down. The people swarmed in, and it was for a while hand-to-hand combat with police using mace.
Keep going! Keep going! We're winning! Keep going! Fire to the weapon! Go around the other way. Fire to the weapon!
And Steve began early on to coordinate election and special events coverage at the station, something that continues to this day.
Is just about over. After months of campaigning, the candidates are going to go to the podium over in Waukesha to Governor Scott Walker.
Hear the crowd singing,
Campaign,
hey, 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 goodbye once again.
Mike helped the news department make the transition from film to videotape and then to the digital world, and has been named Photographer of the Year by the Wisconsin News Photographers Association. They also helped persuade WISC-TV's ownership to purchase the first satellite truck in the market. The truck was delivered in November of 1993 and was soon on the way to Pasadena for the UW's first Rose Bowl in 30 years, a trip that's been repeated 5 more times.
Good evening. I'm Mark Koehn along with Bess Zerbakken reporting live from Pasadena. Welcome to Live at 5. We are on location in Santa Monica, California.
Good evening, everyone. We are live in balmy downtown Los Angeles. Hello, everybody. I'm Susan Simon.
Mike and Steve and the truck have traveled coast to coast, broadcasting live newscasts from dozens of locations and events.
And welcome to Live at 5. We are on location in Galena,
We are
Illinois.
on location via News Star 3
We're
in
live
Mackinac
at
Island.
Texas Stadium.
Cleveland, welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We are on location.
On location from Washington, D.C. via News Star
Live
3.
from New York, Live at 5.
I'm Susan Simon.
And I'm Mark Koehn. For the next 3 evenings, we're going to be on location here in Door County.
Return for the title live from Indianapolis.
From the Final Four to the presidential sweepstakes to the station's Live at 5 program, it's what they love to do. It's an effort appreciated by their fellow staff and the viewers of WISC TV, and for that, we all salute Steve Koehn and Mike Van Susteren for this award.